Hey everybody, welcome back. Just finished up watching the first Michigan game of the year and it was a good one. I hope you guys are enjoying the first weekend of college football. If you're a college football fan, please post down in the comments, let me know who your team is. But I thought this would be a good time to just do a quick recap. I was out here in the barn. I was actually getting ready to put broadheads on all my hunting arrows and just give you a recap on kind of what it is that I'm actually going to hunt with this year. So let's start just from how we tested them with the Swat X1. Let's start with these. Let's start with the tooth of the arrows. I really don't have an application where I think I'm going to use these this year. I think they are a great value of a head. I mean, 100% machined out of a solid piece of steel for the, sub $40 that you can get these with the discount code that I've got down there for you guys. I mean, it is a sweet deal for them. I will say too, I'm glad I tested these and that they honestly didn't work out, because I guess I kind of know where I need to be from a cutting diameter standpoint and as well as a flight perspective. So my buddy Tyree Appleberry, he's got the 1-inch. I can't remember if he's got the solid or the vented, but the 1-inch cutting diameter ones, and he says they fly great out of his Swat X1. They have done really well in some penetration tests that he's done, and he's on YouTube, or sorry, not on YouTube, but he's on Facebook on a couple different Killer Instinct crossbow forums. You guys can find them and you can find those videos. So I know these heads do actually perform well. I just think, at least with my particular arrow setup, that this was just too big of a cutting diameter for them. What I am going to hunt with on my crossbow, I can't not hunt with the Magnus Stinger. I cannot, I guess, sacrifice that accuracy. And this is still a Tuffhead. It might not be quite as tough being a, replaceable blade head as these other two, as the Tooth of the Arrow and the Toughhead Evolution. But this is not a weak head, and it is superior in its flight. And that's what I'm looking for, especially at those extended ranges, those high speeds. It has a fairly big cutting diameter for a fixed blade, even though it's only a 2-blade, 1 1/8 inch. It's not a small broadhead, and it just flies like a dart. It really does. I love the flight of these things. And these also fly well out of my compound too. It's not just my crossbow. Literally everything I've put these on, they're just phenomenal. And they're a steal of a deal for what they are, how well they fly, the warranty that's behind them. Lifetime warranty. You break one, you goober one up, whatever, you can send it back to Magnus. You can get it replaced for free. Replaceable blades are cheap for these as well, but they're also really easy to resharpen. Usually around high 20s, like $28 to $35 is pretty standard for 3 of these. So these things are a steal. This is again what I'm going with on my crossbow. And now I had told you guys I really wanted to shoot the Tuffhead Evolution. This checks like every box for me as far as what it is, what it does, what it's made out of, and just their products overall are tanks. It did not fly quite as well as I would have liked out of my crossbow. I think just having such a long profile 3-blade shooting as fast as it was out of a high-speed crossbow, I think just the drag, the faster you go, the more drag something's going to have. And so this head being a 3-blade, big long profile, I mean, coming out of a crossbow that's shooting, probably around 355 with that bolt setup or that arrow setup, these are going to have a lot of drag. So I was a little, I'm not going to say disappointed, but it just was not quite where I wanted it to be at 60 yards, especially when the Magnus Stingers shot so well. But these things are shooting like absolute darts out of my compound. So my compound max range is going to be 30 yards. That's honestly all the farther I want to shoot with that. And I have had these, I've shot them out of my compound with a 31-inch arrow that's about 600 grains. And these things are just absolutely plugging bullseyes at 30 yards. Like the flight looks good. The arrows have flown well through paper. So I don't know if it's just a matter of my crossbow and arrow setup for these just had too much drag. But I can tell you with my compound, these things are cash money. So these are going in my compound quiver. There you have it, guys. The Tuffheads going on the compound, the Stingers going on the crossbow, and our season starts in 2 weeks. You guys, obviously I have not tested every broadhead out there. There's a lot of other good heads out there. Watch John Lusk's channel. He reviews basically all of them. And figure out what it is that you like from a price standpoint, from a flight standpoint, from a toughness and durability standpoint. There's a lot of good ones out there. These 3 are great ones, but there's more than just these 3 for you to choose from. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this entire Broadhead series that we did. If you did, again, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe for me, and remember to check out those links down in the description. I've got links to these products. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Remember, be a sportsman, make a sportsman.